Good morning, students. Welcome back to the next video of English literature class. Well, it's me, Abin sir. Hope you're fine there. Well, it's time to start today's class. Are you ready to start today's class? Okay. Before starting our class, let's have a silent prayer. So, students, do you remember what we have studied in the last class? Yes, we finished the story Three Questions written by Leo Tolstoy, and we have done the textual activities also. I hope you understood the story, and always I am mentioning you that you need to keep that story in your mind because that story is full of so many morals and great lessons. Okay. Anyway, today we are going to start a new lesson. Without wasting much time, we are going to start today's class. Here we go. Okay. First of all, I will show you a picture here. Can you see this picture? Can you identify this animal? Yes, this is squirrel. What? Yes, this is a squirrel. The squirrels are commonly seen in our surroundings. Just remember this picture in your mind. I shown you this picture because of a reason. Can you imagine what's the reason behind this? The reason is today we are going to start a poem which has a title, The Squirrel, and the title itself explains that this poem is all about a squirrel, and it was written by one of the popular poets, Mildred Boyce Armstrong. Okay, I will show you a video here. We will get back to this portion after watching the video. So watch the video very carefully. Okay?
This poem is about a squirrel written by Mildred Bowes Armstrong. She is an American poet. Now let's see the poem. The squirrel. He wore a Persian blindfolded and overcoat of gray. He sat up straight to eat a nut he liked to decently. And if we ran around his tree, he went the other way. Written by Mildred Bowes Armstrong.
Okay? So did you enjoy the video? This is all about the poem, and it's time to discuss our poem, The Squirrel. So here, before moving to the discussion of the poem, a description was there. Let's look at the description. You may have seen a squirrel sitting on the ground eating a nut. What did it look like? Here is a poet's description of just such a squirrel. So the question is, probably you may have seen a squirrel sitting on the ground eating a nut. We know the fact that squirrels are very fond of nuts, and we will definitely see such a visual or such a sight which is regarding a squirrel is eating a nut. What did it look like? What will you feel when you see a squirrel is eating a nut, or how did it look like? Did you ever think about that? We will think about that in this class. Here is a poet's description of just such a squirrel. Actually, the poet is trying to describe the way that the squirrel is sitting when the squirrel is eating a nut. Okay? So already you have seen the poem in that video. So here we go. Just look at the Text and listen carefully. He wore a question mark for tail and overcoat of gray. He sat up straight to eat a nut. He liked to tease and play. And if we ran around his tree, he went the other way. So this is a beautiful and very simple and short poem written by Mildred Boyers Armstrong. So let's see the lines. He wore a question mark for tail. What do you mean by wore? Wore is the past tense of wear, wearing a dress. Do you remember that? Yes. He wore a question mark for tail. So actually the poet is trying to compare the shape of the tail of the squirrel to a question mark. Can you see the picture of the squirrel in this video? Look at the tail of the squirrel. It's actually like a question mark, right? So the poet is trying to compare the tail of the squirrel as a question mark and overcoat of gray. Gray means gray in color. Did you ever see a squirrel? Did you ever notice the gray color on the back of the squirrel? So the poet is also trying to similarize the back of the squirrel as an overcoat of gray. Can you imagine a overcoat having gray color? So here the poet is comparing the back of the squirrel as an overcoat of gray in color. He sat up straight to eat a nut. Then she explained that the squirrel sat up straight to eat a nut. When eating a nut, the squirrel will sat up straight. As we can see in this picture, did you see this? Yes, the squirrel is standing in a straight position to eat its nuts. He liked to tease and play. He liked to tease and play. Who? Yes, the squirrel was very fond of teasing and playing with man. I think certain students are very aware of this. In certain homes, the squirrels are the pets. So they try to tease and play with them, especially the children. So the squirrel is like to tease and play. And if we ran around his tree, he went the other way. If we play with them and we are trying to catch them, they will run around his tree. He went the other way, as we seen in Tom and Jerry. When we came near the squirrel, what will happen? The squirrel will go on the other side. So just like this, the squirrel is trying to play with us. So this is a simple poem, and the poet is trying to describe the position of the squirrel when he started to eat his nuts, and also the poet is trying to explain the funny elements related to the squirrel. So this is all about the explanation of this short poem. This is very beautiful and very simple. Hope you understood the main ideas of the poem. From the beginning, yes, the poet described the shape of the tail of squirrel as a question mark, and then the back of the squirrel is compared to the overcoat of gray in color, and then she explained the sitting position, especially the straight sitting position of the squirrel while eating a nut, and she also explained about how the squirrel is playing with us. Okay, so this is all about this explanation of the poem. Now it's time to discuss the follow-up activity of today's class. We will discuss the rest of the textual activities in the next class. So this time is for discussing the follow-up activity for today's class. Okay, here we go. Try to write a poem on a squirrel. Try to write a poem on a squirrel. Are you surprised? There is no need of any surprises. This is very simple. We already found a simple and short poem related to squirrel. So try to write a poem on a squirrel. Minimum 4 lines, maximum 8 lines. Okay. So try to write. There would be mistakes. No need of any hesitations. Just try. Make it creative. Okay. So this is your weekly follow-up activity, and don't forget to send it back to me. Okay. So we will see in the next class. Thanks for watching. Stay safe at your home. Thank you.